Josh Beatar here from the stands, and today I'm talking to our good friend, good guy, who's returning to action this Sunday in Vegas at the UFC Apex against Victor Martinez. Tom Nolan, Tom, always appreciate your time, man. Firstly, I know it's night time over there. Looks like you're getting ready to cut weight, I imagine. How's the body feeling?
Yeah, the body's feeling good, man. I'm cruising into my weight cut the same as I always do in my professional career. It's a breeze. I've got not much to go, so really now I'm just waiting to get on the scales.
I guess this is the first time I've actually spoke to you in a fight week. I've had many chats before and those sort of things, but first time during a fight week, I guess. How does the body feel? And more so the mind as well, 5 days out now.
Yeah, the body's feeling really good, man. I'm perfect for lightweight. My cuts are really easy, but I get back in the cage quite big. I can't really explain it, to be honest. Most people, when I tell them, they don't believe me, but I cruise right in. I could make weight in an hour if I wanted to. Probably actually less than that. If someone said to me, "Hey, weigh-ins are in 30 minutes," I could make weight right now. But I'll get back in there 10 kilos heavier. So it's good, man. I'm perfect for the weight class, and mentally I'm feeling awesome. I'm feeling really, really good for this fight.
I guess last time we spoke was the start of your camp, so 8 or so weeks ago now. I don't know, there was a big emphasis on redemption for this fight coming up. How was this 8 week block for you? How did you sort of feel about the camp overall?
Yeah, you know what? I've kind of changed my mind on that a little bit. As camp began, this is just another fight for me. It's not really redemption anymore. That's how I felt at the time because I was upset with the last result. But I'm only 24 years old. I've got a long career ahead of me, and the way that I fight, man, if I'm going to lose, it's going to be in that way. Like I'm there to entertain the people. I'm not there to have a boring fight. It's a part of the game. Two people go in, one comes out, and I think I've really dealt with the loss well. I've learned a lot from it, and I've had a fantastic camp. I'm not really there for revenge. I'm just kind of there to put myself back in a really good position again. I had a lot of momentum going into that last one, and I feel like it's still there. I feel like people are still really riding for me. So, I just want to continue to prove the people who do believe in me right, and anyone who doesn't believe in me, well, I guess they're going to find out.
What's up, guys? It's Josh here from the stands, and look, I know you're in the middle of a good little interview that we're currently doing, but I want to take a second of your time just to give a quick little shout out to today's sponsor, TrainAid. Obviously, they're big supporters of us, like we are of them, and today they're sponsoring this video. And look, I want to let you guys know about a little product they do, their premium product, TrainAid Hydration. It's the best hydration formula on the market, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. And look, if you don't believe me, ask guys like Israel Adesanya, Alexander Volkanovski, Leon Edwards. You ever heard of these guys? I mean, they're the top athletes in the world. And they're all taking TrainAid Hydration. It really is the #1 formula in the world for hydration. And in the summer months here in Australia, I mean, it's something that I think everyone should be taking. And TrainAid have been very nice to give us a discount code, a very healthy discount code as well. I mean, it's a nice little discount code. If you use the code FTS15 at the checkout, they will give you 15% off. We'll leave a link to their website in this description of this video. And check them out, guys. Please support them because they are supporting us. Cheers.
Absolutely. I guess, how did this camp then compare to your first one against Nicholas Motto? Any similarities, any differences that you noticed?
I felt a lot more relaxed this time.
Yep.
Last time was a lot of new things. It's my debut, a lot of pressure, a lot of hype going into it, right? So a lot of expectation was put on me. Now it's not about anyone else's expectation. Now it's about what my team have told me to do and what I believe I can do. So there's no expectation. I'm not going out there looking to impress anyone other than my coaches. Because if I do that, then the whole world will be impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing was no media this time around, which I feel like was a beneficial thing for you from the outside. I guess for you though, how did you find not having to worry about media obligations and keeping relatively quiet over social media? There was no real much talk from you, and it's just from the outside, it was kind of like you had your head down and ass up kind of thing. Is that kind of the sentiment? And how did you find not having to do any media during this camp?
Yeah, the media doesn't really bother me. It didn't really feel like anything too different. But I've sort of, I've stayed off socials a little bit this time. It's, trying to hype the fights can go one or two ways, and it's not worth putting yourself in that position to have people talk all that shit. I'd rather just go out and do what I do I learned that, you shouldn't fight for the fans. You should fight for your team. That's one of my biggest lessons, because the fans are very fickle. They'll chop and change their tune very quickly. So yeah, I'm not really about trying to build the hype as much. I think my skills, I think my frame, the way I speak, and the way I fight will do enough for me, and it's going to do enough to put my career on a really good trajectory. So I don't really need to worry about that stuff.
Yep. First fight in a few years, shaved head. Any significance to the shaved head this time around?
Yeah, the last time I shaved my head, I had something pretty bad happen in my life, and I came out and I had a really, really good fight. So I thought, let's bring that back. I've only done it. I think this will be the third time, if I'm right, and the other two times have been really successful. So I think, yeah, it's going to be good.
I like it. I like the change up. Is having hair any, like, your hair's not really that long, but does it ever get in your way? Because you see some blokes that have long hair that are constantly trying to flick it out of their face and those sort of things. Do you ever deal with that at all?
I've got really thin hair, so my hair will go real spiky when I train. And stuff. So it's much easier to just have it shaved. I can go into the gym and I don't have to worry about styling it or whatever, because my hair's super thin. So yeah.
I guess another thing too I wanted to ask you, a couple last ones, was your headline the ESPN Plus Prelims, which I think is a good spot. The ESPN Plus Prelims as a headliner is a good spot to be in, and it kind of shows what the UFC sees in you as well. I feel like. Did you take much notice of that, and sort of where they put you? And when you saw that you were headlining the ESPN Plus Prelims, did that make you feel some sort of way?
Yeah, I only found that out yesterday. Before that, I thought I was the fourth fight. Yeah, me and my coaches, we spoke about that. I think the same thing. I think the UFC have put me there because, again, they know what they're dealing with fighters. They know someone who fights like me is going to bring an entertaining fight regardless of the result. And I think, yeah, they want that exciting fight to really start the next part of the card, right? The main card. So I do think it's a really good sign of faith. I'm very happy that they did that, because I am the A side on that side of things, just because Victor hasn't fought for a year. He's also coming off of a loss. So it's like, out of the two of us, I've had probably close to triple the amount of fights in the last 3 or 4 years than what he has. So yeah, I think they've done that for me, and I'm very grateful.
Last one, man. Any messages to the fans that support you, your team back here in Australia, Team Compton in Brisbane? Any message to anyone in particular?
Yeah, just my team. I want to make them more proud. So tune in, and hopefully I can do just that.
Mate, it's always a pleasure. I appreciate your time. I know we talk a bit, so it's nice to see that you've had your head down and ass up in this camp. I think we'll see a different version of you. Not a different version, but the most, what would you call it, most cerebral version of you. I feel like we could see this Sunday,
Yep.
mate. All the best. Always appreciate talking to you, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, bro.